In this example, we have f of x equals, in the numerator, x minus 3, and in the denominator, negative x squared minus x plus 6. So let's take a look at it, the top and bottom part, to determine horizontal asymptote. So the numerator degree is going to be 1 because of this invisible one here. Our denominator degree is going to be the 2. So therefore, denominator degree is greater than numerator degree, or numerator degree is less than denominator degree. So therefore, our horizontal asymptote, when numerator degree is less than denominator degree, is going to be y equal to 0. So that's our horizontal asymptote. And let me box that up. Next, we're going to focus on finding vertical asymptote. So step 1 is you factor. So we're going to factor the numerator and denominator. Now in my numerator, we only have x minus 3. Not much you can do, so we just have it stay the same. And again, I would recommend that you pause the video to write out the work for factoring. Here I'm not. I'm just going to factor right away. But again, I would recommend that you pause, write out the work for factoring, and see if it matches with mine. For the denominator, since this is a negative x squared, I'm going to factor out the negative. So here's my negative 1, that's my GCF. So inside the parentheses, I'm going to have x squared plus x minus 6. So after I factor out the negative 1, I'm going to factor what's inside my parentheses. So again, my numerator stays the same, x minus 3, over negative 1. The factors for x squared plus x minus 6 will be x plus 3 times x minus 2. So I finished factoring. That's step 1. But again, step 1, it also said to simplify, meaning to divide common factors. If you look closely, there are no common factors in my numerator and denominator. Even though I have an x minus 3 and x plus 3, they're both different, they're not the same, so I do not cross them out. Again, when you simplify, only cross out common factors, factors that are exactly the same in the numerator and denominator. Step 2 is you set factors with variable equal to 0. So the only factors I have in the denominator with variables is x plus 3 and x minus 2. So I'm going to set x plus 3 equal to 0 and x minus 2 equal to 0. Then we're just going to solve for the variable, which is step 3. So minus 3 on both sides for the left. So x equals to negative 3. Here I'm going to add 2 to both sides. And this will be x equals to 2. Therefore, my vertical asymptote is x equals to negative 3 and x equals to positive 2. So that's going to be our vertical asymptote. And I'm going to box that up. So here's the mechanics of finding horizontal and vertical asymptote. And you'll be fine as long as you have the rules on how to find horizontal and vertical asymptote at your side. But again, I do recommend that you have good practice when it comes to factoring, especially factoring with GCF, especially with factoring trinomial, factoring with grouping. So if you have any question on all the factoring techniques, I refer back to 8.1, all the basics on factoring.